In this lesson, the digestive and circulatory system, we take a real deep look into the digestive system and the circulatory system to understand the process, how of what we eat really is making up who we are, of what we show to the world and how we feel. So we first look at the digestive system, which starts at the mouth and ends basically at the rectum when the digestive product that couldn't be fully digested, mostly your undigestible fibers, are let go from the body. The mouth starts the digestive system, which often confuses students, or they don't realize or forget, but the chewing process and the saliva in the mouth is where the digestive system begins. Breaking down our food first before it even gets through our esophagus and into our stomachs. So the whole pieces of food are really what the digestive system slowly is breaking up into those nutrients that we just talked about in the previous lesson. So this is where on the big macro level we start seeing that we really are what we eat. All of our food gets broken down in our system into those nutrients and vitamins and minerals. And then the circulatory system takes over and delivers those vitamins, minerals, and nutrients into all of our whole body system, through into all the cells that need all of the energy and nutrients. Eat really healthy and eat things packed full of vitamins and minerals and really good nutrients, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, and you'll excel at whatever it is that you love to do. Reading, writing, jogging, they need the positive energy, and that comes from the food that they eat. And it's broken down again, repetitive, from the digestive system. So that's why we really want to touch on this lesson to help them understand how food is processed in the body and why to make certain choices over others. Day 1, you deliver with the digestive and circulatory system video that overviews what they're about to learn and what are those systems, followed by a big classroom discussion, usually the visual aid of the whole profile of a human body, starting at the mouth. Make sure they're really stressed that digestion starts at the mouth with the chewing of the teeth and ends in the rectum, and all the processes throughout. One of the big points that students really take home from this lesson, just a fun fact, is that the small intestine is on average 24 feet long. And so what you can do in your classroom, if you have the time, is just pre-measure a piece of string that's 24 feet and then have your students pull it out into the classroom and see that is inside of my body. And that is where all the absorption of our vitamins, minerals, and the other nutrients, macronutrients, take place. And that is in the small intestine. So it's nice for you to talk about why would the small intestine need to be that long? Because we need to slowly be absorbing everything that food contains. Which means to say, whatever you eat, if it's an unhealthy choice full of additives, dyes, chemicals, that's also being absorbed into your system. And then that's being passed out into your blood cells through the circulatory system. So again, you are what you eat. And then day 2 is doing a hands-on activity of the digestive system. And this can be as elaborate or unelaborate as you can manage in your classroom. Sometimes teachers have you get forks and knives and you take something like a cracker or a graham cracker and you mash it up, and that's the teeth doing the chewing. You add some water, that's the saliva. You get pantyhose, and that is kind of like represents the whole system of your esophagus and stomach and small intestine and large intestine. And you kind of put that bolus of food, we call it a bolus, as it goes through the system. And at the bottom, you start squeezing it out because the liquid gets pulled out. And that's what that liquidy form is where you say your nutrients and vitamins and minerals are, and they go out into the circulatory system. And what bolus of of food you're left with is kind of what is pooped out in the end. You can be as elaborate or not elaborate as you want to in the activity, but something like that is really lasting with the students to really like make them understand and remember the digestive system and the circulatory system. And then again, you end with a snacks and facts, a tasty snack of the day that you've probably prepared ahead of time because it's a very robust, full lesson. And then a test your noodle trivia, a set of questions that they can earn Green Beetz Bucks points with, so they can then follow up and accumulate those points to do some shopping in their farewell lesson.